We've observed genocides in our lifetime, and we haven't, as a government or as a global community, responded as we should. Last year, or 18 months ago, former Secretary Albright and former Secretary of Defense William Cohn did a study on preventing genocide, which you all co-sponsored, and it really was an excellent study. We've now set up in the White House a atrocity response and prevention working group, of which I'm part, and I'm going to play a leading role. But I think the real question here is, what are the things we do before these things turn into genocide? How do we deal with countries that are wavering and where we know there's a likelihood that things are going to deteriorate? How do we get in there fast enough, diplomatically, politically, with aid, with multilateral approaches? How do we get in there really to prevent these kinds of horrible things from happening? In a place like Sudan, we still have a very, very fragile country. Not only Darfur, but also relations between the North and the South, and even within the South. There's a real prospect of an escalation of violence. You realize how important it is for a central body in the government, with White House backing and support, with the President's support, to be saying a priority for us is to identify ways to combat the worst kinds of violence, and to have contingency plans, and to really be thinking in a three-dimensional way, what do we do as these things are happening in real time? The report that you all helped sponsor, I think, has provoked us to think, let's rethink the way the government organizes itself and make this a priority item where everybody knows, whether they're in the Defense Department or AID or the State Department, this is something we've got to pay attention to, and it's going to be somebody's job to convene those meetings and to make sure that at a high level, when we see a crisis emerging, President, the National Security Advisor, the most senior people in government are given the warning, we got to do something, and then they call it on us to act.